Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Pyre. It's time for a rite. I'd be lying if I said I totally remember what's going on. I haven't played the game since last week. I know we're not bringing Jodariel to this rite. Sorry, we'll get in here, we'll feel it out. You and your fellow exiles gather on the blasted lands called the Nest of Triesta, expecting the imminent commencement of the rites. You see no sign of any adversaries, but then you hear a whooshing sound above. This, then, is what passes for the Nightwings now. Such a rabble, not even dressed for the occasion yet. It seems the scribes have little pride in their tradition. Hold your tongue, little bird. We have not come for talk. No, you have come on behalf of your commonwealth. Mark well my words, you horned filth. When at last we free ourselves, your home shall burn. With that, the harp swoops off as Jodariel glowers after her. Alright, they fled to their mountain nests, awaiting the day when they would darken the skies and retake the land. Yeah, they got some, listen, we all have complicated feelings about the Commonwealth. It is only then that you realize another harp has come. She is quite serious, I assure you. I can help you sort her out. It's in our mutual interest. You know naught of my interest. Let's give this another shot. Hi, my name's Tabatha Thane. She appears to be of the winged heart. Yeah, okay. That's not very good text. I can see that she is a harp. The surly one back there, that was my blood sister. No need to judge her harshly, though. We've only met just now, though I must say, something about you reminds me of her. How dare you implicate that I have anything in common with your ilk? Just then, Hedwyn shows up to intervene. He whispers something to Jodariel. No, Hedwyn, you cannot be serious. Jody, I'm asking you to trust me on this one. Am I, perhaps, interrupting something? Say, by the by, however did you make it all this way across the sea? Didn't see you fly in. Trust is something I am loath to give away, Hedwyn. But you have set our course thus far, and I have followed. So, do as you must. That Sandalwood had better have an explanation for all this. Jodariel storms off as Hedwyn turns to you. What's your take on this, my friend? Our informant wants someone for each mask. I hadn't expected we'd run into a harp, yet here she is. What are you getting from her? You turn your attention to Tabatha, who has been watching with bemused interest. Ah, a reader, are you? Pleasure to make your acquaintance, darling. Well, here I am. Gaze intently all you like, and tell your comrade there the truth of it, why don't you? You sense that she is conflicted about something, though you do not know what. You also sense, however, that her motives, here and now, are earnest. For a certain value of earnest. Alright, Hedwyn wants to know our impression. I mean, she does. This is what I'm feeling. She does seem alright. I'm willing to take Tabatha at her word and see in her the potential for a valuable new ally. And we do apparently need someone for each of the masks, and her head has kind of a weird shape. You can express reservations. It may be that her training gives her some resistance to your scrutiny. I don't know what training that is exactly, but, it's possible. Or admit that I have no idea. We only just met. I cannot sense whether to trust her. I'm going to say she seems... I'm vouching for her. You tell Hedwyn that you think the group should take its chances with Tabatha, and take her at her word. Alright, my thoughts as well. I think and hope Jodariel will come around. He then turns to Tabatha. I'm Hedwyn. We'll accept your offer on 2 conditions, if you'll hear me out. Conditions? Why sure, I love a good condition or two. Okay, I'm starting to not trust her anymore. First, after we're finished here tonight, you come along and make sure that your blood sister and her friends don't give us any trouble when we're headed out. Second, you'll have to find a way to get along with Jodariel, who you met earlier. Oh, brilliant. I had no plans to stick around here anyway. As for your demon friend, no doubt we'll get on famously. Yeah, I mean, just go to the market, go to the slug market, buy her some horn wax or something. I'm sure it'll be fine. Now, I don't suppose you have an extra set of raiments I could use, because I think the rite is getting started. You look up and see that she's right. Alright, Pamela Thane joined us with a score to settle. Well, scores is basically what we're all about here, so... Alright, we're not bringing Jodariel. It looks like we do want to put Pamela in. I'm not sure exactly who is inspired. We'll see. We'll see what people's states are. My guess is that harps are pretty fast.
I thought for sure the stars would have eluded you by now. Yet here you are, somehow, upon the nest of Triesta.
Somehow indeed.
You've swelled the ranks of your triumvirate not merely with another, but with two. One from the Pyre heart, no less. And one who seeks the favor of the adversaries whom you'll imminently face. They are the essence. Winged terrors, as you soon shall see.
It's like a pretty weird thing to do.
Match their hatred for the vibrant country that was once your home.
It's a pretty weird thing to do, to like just repeat back to me the things that have happened to me recently. Like, I know. Who are you saying that for? Who's benefiting from that? From a distance, you observe as Pamatha, now clad in Nightwing's raiments, heads toward your adversaries in the rites. You. What sort of heathen harp would dare take wing against us? Your new companion then loosens the bindings on her mask. Hello there, Tabatha. Pamatha's blood sister stares back at her for a while before responding. She's got a good stare, too. What in the saint's name are you doing here, with them? Doubtless come to dig your talons in my back again. No, sister, I've come to have a word with you. Save it. I cannot help but share your poisoned blood, but I shan't ever count you as my sister. You expect me to believe that you came all this way for talk? You waste your time, as ever. Well, what's life if not a waste of time, dear sister? Give me a chance, why don't you? What do you even have to lose anymore? Besides, I've come a long way. It kind of seems like she's departed already. Nope, she's back. Silence! You shan't have come here, and the time for talk is long since past. If only you could see yourself, again consorting with my enemies. Fine then, savor their defeat. But, I warn you, stay away from me. Amethyst says nothing more as her blood sister turns away again. Alright, I'm assuming that they're kind of fast. They might be able to traverse ground obstacles, like they might be effectively jumping all the time. I don't know, we'll see. Listen to me, reader darling. The rest of you are ill-equipped to navigate this place. Let me conduct this rite on your behalf, and my wings will bring you victory. Dear lady, your words ring true. This knight is flattered that you have not eaten him, as is the tendency among your kind. This knight hereby volunteers his post in the triumvirate for thee. Sir Gilman refuses to participate in the rites this night, so that Pamatha can face her sister. You know, you could just also participate. Fine, that's fine. You observe the treacherous terrain. Pamatha should be better suited to the rites here than the rest of you. Yeah, maybe like Pamela, Tizo, and somebody? Yeah, you're in. You're in. So let's figure this out. Actually, having her on board, like, all the time might be good. This might be worth taking. We could make a little bit of money, though. She's more likely to be able to catch people than our others. Maybe we try to not use her for scoring, keep her on defense, and try to score some lucrative contract hits. So let's rank up this talisman, though. The more we rank this up, the better value we're getting out of it. Alright, up to 13 times per right. We probably shouldn't level this up anymore, actually. I was thinking, you know, we'll make more money. But I was thinking of it as, like, we'll make more money per banishment. What it's doing is it's upgrading the number of times per right we can score it. Which is not, like, 13 is going to be hard to hit. Why, I thought you'd never ask there, darling. I accept. If the little bird is going to conduct the rites for us, then I shall not. Yeah, you were already on the bench because you have, like, negative hope right now. It's a pretty good expression of her personality as a whole, actually. Yeah, Tizo can stay in the air for a while. Let's do this. Let's bring Tizo. And he's got a good talisman on already.
Tizo.
Promises to do his best against Tabatha and the Essence. Yeah, you'd better, man. Alright, so we're going to be trying to use her as defense, basically. Tizo's a pretty good scorer. Leigh's behind. She's not inspired, but she's behind on development. And I think that's the thing I would want her to have. Let's level it up a little bit, though. So it doesn't actually gain any stats from one level up, but we could pour a couple of level ups into it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try to get it. I don't know. Okay, rank 8 is where it goes up by 1. This seems like a very valuable trinket to me. I guess the value is pretty low. Maybe I'm overvaluing it. But Leigh's a pretty good scorer.
Leigh.
Why don't we all have wings? I want to have wings too.
The choice is cast.
Come then, sister. Perhaps when we're finished here, you'll spare a moment of your time. It does seem unlikely. I shan't be tricked by you again, Tabatha. How poetic that we meet here in the downside. I can think of nowhere else where I would rather see you rot for what you did. To our people, and to me. He's being very dramatic. Tabatha seems to sense your presence, and then catches your attention. Hello there, reader darling. If I'm to be at your mercy in all this, I'd like it very much if you could minimize how often I'm to wallow in a state of banishment. Quickly, let me show you what the Sisters of the Highwing Remnants can do.
Reader,
Okay.
you put yourself amidst a feud between two sisters? That's
Yeah, this is kind of what I figured.
wise, even for you. Tread lightly around that exile, Pamela.
Okay.
Her kind's all but forgotten Saint Triesta's grace.
Oh. Well, that is handy. She actually should be a very good scorer then. She specifically requested that I minimize her banishment time, so we'll try to play her as defense like I said. She should be pretty good at tackling people. We'll just do more passing than before. To the skies, sisters! Talon formation! I bet that's all of their formations are called Talon formation. I just think it sounds cool. Let's... Okay.
A favorable start.
Yeah, Leigh is really fast. And she's pretty small. She doesn't get hit that easily. Tizo, was it? Tell me something. You know how to fly? Sort of. Tizo is rather proud of his ability to flutter, as a matter of fact. Then listen up. My blood sister there. She'll swoop right past you if you're careless. But we harps simply cannot get much altitude down here. So, if she goes for any unfair tricks, just jump for it and catch her in the act. She always hated when I used to do that to her. She seems to hate a lot of things about you, actually. Oh, I can't actually dash over the... Oh, I tried to land on her with my aura. I don't know why I thought that would work. You canceled, nerd. Oh, I canceled myself too. I kind of forgot. Tizo's aura is so big with this trinket on. Oh. 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 Wow, I got knocked completely off the map there.
All three Nightwings.
Well, that's not good. I just got scored on. Taking their time with it, though. I feel like that's kind of poor sportsmanship. She ran right up to the goal and then passed. Just showing off how much time I've given them.
More brightly than the other. Was almost cool.
Easy enough.
Leigh did it.
Yeah, Leigh Leia is pretty good. It's nice to have the ability to aura cast. Nope. So Tizo's really... Alright, I'm gonna do this. Tizo's really best at defense. Not a great scorer.
Oh, you poor Nightwings.
Well, that sucked. She just parked her aura right next to me, so as soon as I moved, I got. What I needed to do there was go for a banish. Just accept that. Just accept that I was going to also get banished. Alright, well, she fell in the lava. That was nice of her. Oh. I let myself get caught there.
That one almost got through.
Yeah, Tizo's a fantastic goalie.
Lay plunged into the fire.
Easy enough to score with Lay. I'm not good at playing defense with these ones. Alright. Flutter. Oh, I did not flutter far enough. Play some defense here. What is this? Oh!
The orb engulfed in fire.
A little teleport gate appeared behind our goal. That's interesting. Damn you, Pamatha! You are no true Thane. To think that you have the gall to call me sister. Still, after everything you wrought upon us. What is it? Oh, their clan. Okay. Pamatha and Tabatha are the only ones left. I hate to break it to you, Tabatha, but I don't think my actions, however much they hurt you, had any effect on our familial status. Pamatha's a little trolly, I think. Look, I know I wronged you. That's why I'm here. You don't know my side of the story. Your side of the story? If I wanted to hear more lies and deceptions, I ought to have asked the Commonwealth to stay my sentence for a while. Well, if you've come all this way to face me, Pamatha, then come and do it. You and me. Ooh, you think that you see Pamatha shake her head. Everyone, stay back. Well, you're banished right now, though. Because I didn't do a good job of my promise. Okay. Alright.
What is it those two think they're doing? The rites are not the place to settle petty scores, and it is done.
Well, that was easy enough. Flying is good.
Who prevailed? It was the will of the 8 scribes which kept their flame alive.
Yeah, flying as a jump that you can turn, basically. It's pretty good. You Commonwealth filth. Only through that traitor's help could you have beaten us. Actually, I think I probably would have had an easier time if I just had, like, Ruki instead of the Bird Lady, but alright. You postpone the coming of our liberty, but we are ever patient, and our sisters on the other side shall have their day, with or without my aid. Tabatha, wait, please. You found good company there, Pamatha. May you wither here with them. I hope sincerely we shan't ever meet again. Pamatha stands motionless as her blood sister departs. Tizo is trying to let Pamatha know the others are returning to the wagon. He didn't even make a noise this time. Sure, I don't see why not.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways.
Oh, that didn't even get her to level 3. Man.
The imp Tizo appears to have a certain depth of knowledge.
Sure, there are lots of different depths. Tizo just had a flash of inspiration about his role in the rites, and as part of the Nightwings. Alright, so I mean, this is pretty interesting. I have still never actually performed a salute. I keep forgetting about it. This seems powerful too, though. You know, Tizo being kind of a bad scorer, though. Like, Tizo's great at defense. We could have her. We could have him become a scorer. We could give him a transformation. Let's pick this up. The only reason I hesitated on that at all was because I'm not 100% sure that I will remember to salute ever. But we'll see.
Until the next rite.
I think part of the problem might be the recording process here, the fact that I'm doing the rites at the beginning of new episodes instead of at the end of episodes. That might have a lot to do with the fact that I forget what I'm doing at the beginning of every rite. After overcoming the essence in a pitched battle, you and the others return to your wagon to consider your next move, and how best to integrate Pamatha into the group. Well, I mean, let's just throw her in the wagons, what we're doing with everybody else. Don't worry, I won't be staying any longer than it takes. I like my air fresh, so I can sleep up on the roof. I trust the rites will cause my path and Tamatha's to cross again before long. Well, you're welcome with us for now, Pamatha. Trust is what got us here. Isn't that right, Ruki? But Ruki does not seem to hear the question. He's been rather quiet since first encountering your new guest. Uh-oh. Does he know something? Pamatha shoots him one of her smiles. They probably should have had her. Okay, that's fine. He stammers something about having to check the wagon wheels again. Oh, maybe I'm misreading Ruki's fascination a little bit there, huh? He runs off. During this discussion, the minstrel pulls you aside. Reader, I ask a moment of your time outside. There is somewhere I may ask we go, here in Black Basin, reader. By your leave, of course, and provided that the stars allow it. Would you look upon them for us, please? Yeah, I mean, that's my thing, right? So what have we here? Lu, the vernal star, over the densest woods in Black Basin. Yeah, I mean, it looks like that's where we're going. I do not see anything new to look at. Well, there's some creepy stuff happening around the roots of that tree. The glade of Lu, directly due west. Then, it is just as my client indicated. The great sap scholar Lu Sklorian here vanished the root titan limbless Arizek, something. The great sap scholars. I don't know what sap means, capitalized there. It could be another weird fantasy race. This client of yours, our informant, Sandalwood. He entrusted us with this wagon and this quest. Why? What does he want from us? You may ask him yourself. He awaits us, somewhere in Wakingwood, due west. Alright, we have heard of Wakingwood before. Well, how do we find him? He shall find us. Seems you are soon to finally meet Sandalwood. At dawn, you shall have to cross a single narrow path leading west, where he supposedly awaits. You know, I would not be opposed to getting some answers, finally. Alright, what's up, Pamatha? You approach Pamatha, who has kept to herself since she joined your small band. You sense she is unaware of you as she preens her flight feathers. But then, she speaks up before you can do the same. Come to check up on me, reader darling. In those first moments when we met, that vote of confidence in me which you relayed to that nice Headwind boy, I'm grateful you are willing to see past these wings. Actually, they're pretty much all I was looking at. One of your kind's ancient enemies just happens to insert herself into your group, and you just go with it? However, I assure you that my motives here are plain. You'll see. I've business with my blood sister Tabatha, and nothing more. You briefly met, I think. She's quite a catch. As to the little quibble between us, well, it's a long story all in all, one that's frankly no one's business but hers and mine. Surely we'll run into her again, maybe not soon, but in time, and we have the rest of our long lives to wait. Anyway, happy to aid you in your quest, until such time, especially to the extent that it aids me in mine. A simple exchange. Until then, stay vigilant, darling. You needn't concern yourself with making small talk with someone like me. And besides, we harps have a saying, liars abound. Yeah, but what if you're lying when you say that, huh? Yeah, she better swoop away. I think I've outsmarted her. Pamatha's moonshine. Kept close at hand in the off chance of a good occasion or a very bad one. Man, this place is starting to get pretty full. Sir Gilman's off practicing his feints. Ruki's sniffing the air. I'd be careful, Ruki. There's probably a lot of sulfur in it. Tizo's taking a nap. That's fair. He worked hard. We should keep peeking in on Sandra. You've returned, have you? What is it you require? You know what? We haven't done this. I'm not sure if anything will come of it other than just an opportunity to play the game a little bit. But let's do it. You express your interest in the practice rites. It seems to be a way to practice conducting the rites without all the pressures of the real thing. Certainly, reader. That's why I'm here. See you in that blasted book in just a moment. My Beyonders shall be waiting. I do want to try out Tizo's new thing before having to use it in a real game. So this will be a good opportunity to do that at least. This place. So we're back. Look there. Our host approaches. Sandra appears and looks upon your fellow exiles. Welcome to the practice rites. Thanks. Great to be back. Love the decor, honest. Silence, cur. You are fortunate your reader summoned you again. You could use a little discipline. Now, come forth, and let us see how capable you are. Sandra doesn't care for Ruki. Okay, so we can train a little bit or press escape to return to the wagon. I really just want to try out Tizo's new thing, and also just do a little bit of saluting. Let's pick 3 pretty different people. Because I want to see what the salutes look like. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. And Jodariel. If you are ready then, Nightwings, grasp the orb, and we shall train with you. Alright, let's see what Tizo's little thing is here. Oh. Okay, so in Howler form, he has no aura. And he can't dash. But he is fairly fast. I can't do anything. I can't jump or... Fast, though. He does not do a lot of damage. Oh. They don't want me to taunt. Alright, I get the idea. Back to the wagon, then. So Tizo's Howler form seems okay. It's definitely not as good as any of our other scoring-focused players, but it gives us an option when, like, in a situation like the one we had there, where it was just him and Pamatha, it would have been cool to be able to go into Howler mode. Your vision returns as the effects of the Beyonder Crystal dissipate. Time seems to have stood still while you experience the vision. Alright, let's continue on. I am eager to find out what the deal is with Sandalwood. A lot of unknown area tags over here. The Lone Minstrel cautions that the one path down the cliffs is rather treacherous. Well, I would expect nothing less here. The wagon has hit a snag descending the Black Crags. Its wheel is stuck. Jodariel is not pleased. First, that blasted little bird, now this. Though you lack Jodariel's raw strength, you join in as she attempts to dislodge the wagon. At last, with a roar and a heave, she forces the wagon back onto solid ground. May this Sandalwood be worth all of the hassle. Thank you, Jody. I'm guessing Sandalwood doesn't like to be kept waiting. Yeah, we're all doing a lot of guessing right now. He is very patient, on the contrary. Not I. Let us move on. Yeah, Jodariel definitely seems to be, it's not just a little annoyance. She seems to be getting consistently angrier and angrier. I'm a little worried. Soon the wagon is prepared to press onward, down the jagged slopes toward Wakingwood. Your companions, who explored ahead, advise on which of the forked paths is best. Okay, yeah, we're seeing a lot more tags now. I wonder if we're going to get freer navigation soon. So, Sir Gilman claims he can dig up something valuable here in Flamberg. Lands on a northern plateau over Wakingwood, pocked with seething fissures. Or we could go down Glass Peak, lands to the east of Wakingwood, riddled with black crags. So we could get a talisman, or we could get some money that we would probably just use to buy a talisman. And I do still want that shard of glass. Just like, being faster with the orb is pretty good, it seems like. You know what? Let's go this way. Plus, think how excited Falcon Ron will be when we buy it. Sir Gilman is relieved at your decision to take the flatter of the two paths down the Black Crags, though nonetheless seems rather shaken by the steep trip down. This knight mislikes these heights. For shame, Master Reader. You must take this knight for a common craven coward. He buries his head in the soil. When at last you coax him back up, you see that he has an item of some sort. I get in his mouth, I guess? Aha! This knight did have you fooled there, did he not? He explains how finding the item was his plan all along. Well, he did tell me that before we came down here. Okay, 70 value, not bad. Sir Gilman has found a porous crystal. His fear of heights remains. I guess that makes sense, you know? A worm doesn't have a lot of occasion to be up high. Having passed beyond the Black Crags, your wagon arrives at the edge of Wakingwood. It is here that Sandalwood is to be expecting you. However, most puzzling, he ought to have met us here. Well, you said he would find us himself. Aye, he was to find us at the edge of these woods. Are we supposed to keep waiting for him? He would desire for the stars to be your guide as always. The rites beckon, and the rites take precedence above all else. Surely he shall find us yet. Well, then let's keep moving. How do we get through these woods? The lone minstrel notes two possible paths forward from this point, though cautions that the woods are difficult to navigate, and Sandalwood would have known the most expedient path. Yeah, well, unfortunately, we don't have Sandalwood here to ask. We head through the Needlefield. Sandalwood studied the rites here, a small clearing east of the glade. Or we could go down through Greymoor, which contains the grandest trees in all of Wakingwood, where Sandalwood once resided. You know, I have some questions about the nature of Sandalwood. This might be an interesting trip. Sandalwood has led a long life, compared with any of you at least. In the latest years of his exile, he became rather reclusive for a variety of reasons he shall no doubt explain. He found some solace here in these woods, though I fear I cannot locate his residence without him. Ah, well, this isn't going to teach us anything, then. Unfortunately, you find no trace of Sandalwood, and without him there to guide you, you remain quite lost. The woods seem to have encroached. There is no path forward, while neither of the paths leading backward appear to match the route you took to this point. Well, that's not ideal. Lay is drawn to this burnt grove for some reason, while Tizo wishes for us to go through Underthicket. Well, I'd be lying if I said I trust either of their judgment very much. Tizo's probably being motivated by his stomach or a joke or something. Let's see what's up with Lay. I have a hard time reading Tizo. The woods are so disorienting at this point that you decide to break for camp and survey the surroundings for any clues. Perhaps later there shall be time to pursue your vocations. Alright, yeah, I guess let's... Oh, the Beyonder Crystal seeks Jodariel. We are definitely doing that. Let's do that. You bring me brief reprieve from solitude. What seek you in exchange? Oh, you know what. Oh, that can be arranged. You need but a name for me, the one you have in mind. Well, actually, you kind of named for me the one already. So she instantly recovers stamina after banishing. She just has a crazy high presence. I would love to... Can we grab the speed trinket? Who has it? Lay, right? Yeah. 50% more quickness. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Jodariel. That surly demon, is it? She could stand to lighten up, although I fear that it is not a secret that I can I fear that is not a secret I can teach. But let us bring her forth regardless. Soon Jodariel appears in heat of the summons. What is the meaning of this, reader? Hopefully this will cheer her up a little bit, getting to play a little. She takes this pretty seriously, I guess, but she still might enjoy it a little. Alright. What is the meaning of this? Reader, where are the others? The apparition Sandra appears and loosens her mask. Welcome to my humble home, demon. You're good at taking orders, no? State your purpose quickly, Wraith. My purpose is to put you to the test. You may be fearsome to behold, but you are old and slow. Your weaknesses perhaps outweigh your strengths, though I sorely wish to see you and your lovely reader prove me wrong. Old, she says. Very well then, reader. Let us show her whether she is right. I do like Jodariel. Uh-oh. Okay, 3 harpies is not ideal. Power cast. Ah, I tried to dash into her. Shoot. Well, I still have more Pyre than they do. They started with a pretty small one. I missed, but then she walked right into it. Okay, that's cool. Oh, dash, come on. Okay. Okay, we're good. Yeah, Jodariel's power cast is pretty long. Yep. Alright, we're gonna try something crazy. Oh, hey, that actually worked. The fact that Jodariel pushes people back so far when she lands near them is something I really need to take better advantage of. Oh, I missed her. Alright, easy enough. They are not taking my casting seriously enough. Hey, look, she's almost smiling. Are you satisfied now, Wraith? I am never satisfied, demon. However, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order, to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Alright, so what do we get? We get a cool thing, right? Here's the thing. I'm pretty much entirely motivated by cool things. I would like it if I was now given a cool thing. But alright. That was a strange experience. What do you have there, reader? I've received Solium's horn. Wow, that, like Solium Mur's horn? Sandra's second blade managed to graze her target's face, twisted as it was, with sorrow, not with rage. Jodariel casts her aura further and faster. Yeah, that seems very good, given that that's kind of Jodariel's whole thing anyway. That and just being huge. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that reward. Alright, let's go sifting. Perhaps the ashen-covered ground here holds some clue about what happened to the informant. He was here! He was here! You mean Sandalwood? If I may ask, how can you be so certain? I think from this? I think from this! It says something. I don't know what it says, but I feel like it has to mean something. Lay produces a small strip of bark she found in the ashes. At first, it seems like nothing of interest. until you see a message carved onto the inside. Found a bark strip. It must mean something. On it is written, "Come to Cinderroot." S. Okay, well, I mean, that's probably what it means. So, it's some kind of message from this Sandalwood guy. Seems that way. Which way to Cinderroot? A hushed clearing south of the glade. Okay, well, I'm imagining through the glade, probably. Grounds well traveled by saps knowledgeable in the rites. It is due west. Perhaps we can set forth early tomorrow, when the woods are still. Yeah, sounds good. Everyone rest up. Big day coming up. Okay, well, I mean, like, honestly, for the same reasons as last time, I feel like mentoring is just the way to go. Alright, we have some new people. We have some people who are not even level 3. It probably her, though, right? Was anybody really close to something like totally game-changing, rather? Because I know some of the level 4 stuff we were working toward was pretty great. That's pretty good. No, let's try to keep the team somewhat even. Try to make it so nobody's useless. Fine then, let us chat together for a spell. Tabatha gains a somewhat stronger grasp of how to better pass the celestial orb through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. She nods in understanding. Alright. Well, Tabatha, soon I'll be catching up with you at this, whether or not you like it. So we need 550 for the next rank, so she won't level up off of the next right. We got close, though. While flying, she's faster. She can use her dash ability in rapid succession for less stamina. When saluting, she instantly switches places with her nearest ally. Ooh. That's interesting. So, I wonder if that has any effect on ball carrying. My thinking here is that it's very easy for Tabatha to dash forward, displacing enemies or defeating enemies. And I wonder if it might be a good idea to have somebody else pick up the ball, then have Tabatha navigate obstacles with her flight ability, tackle through somebody, and then swap so that the ball carrier ends up right next to the goal and Tabatha's back on defense. That seems like it could be powerful. Tabatha quickly gains +8 quickness, almost doubling her quickness. That's fairly impressive. For 5 seconds after banishing, she's faster. That's a pretty good defensive play. Steal the ball and take off with it. While casting her aura, she can trigger an aura burst that banishes nearby enemies. Something I'd have to learn to do. Tabatha is banished while Winged Fury's effect is active. She returns twice as quickly as usual. This is Winged Fury, obviously. Tabatha permanently gains +4 to Quickness, Presence, and Hope. Wow. A permanent +4 Quickness and Presence is really powerful. But I think I want to go this way. I want to try Sleight of Wing. I think that sounds like it could be really useful. And Greater Celerity also seems pretty useful. You know that we all can feel your guidance when we have the orb, don't you, reader darling? I would hope that you're feeling my guidance all the time. Alright, I guess we just continue on. So we're headed to Cinderroot first, then. Okay. You have reason to suspect the informant Sandalwood may have come through here. If he turns out to just be a sandalwood-scented candle... I was about to say, I'll be really mad, but actually that would be pretty interesting. You arrive on the outskirts of Cinderroot, but once again the informant Sandalwood is nowhere to be found. You sense the hopes of your companions waning as your search through the area yields nothing. Then, something startles Tizo. Whoa! He's looking fierce. Seems to be crying out in surprise. He's spotted something. Or someone. A tall figure strides forward from the trees, making a sound like laughter. The imp charges toward him. and leaps right into the figure's arms. They embrace. Okay. I have some questions. Hail, Tizo. But you look famished. Here. The tall sap produces something that the imp swallows immediately, and with great pleasure. Tree-like creatures, that's kind of what I figured. Known for their ingenuity, cleverness, and ambition. I feel like ambition is the opposite of the way that a lot of fantasy settings would go with tree creatures. Because, they'd be like, oh, they live so long, but they, they'd be very sort of defensive. I think this game is making a lot of interesting decisions that I really appreciate. The lone minstrel nods his head in affirmation. Everyone, I wish to introduce you to my client, Volfred Sandalwood. Okay. The leader of the Nightwings, apparently. I thought that was me. I guess everybody's been talking about it like it's Headwind. Nobody knows it's me, but it's totally me. It has been too long, Volfred, sir. Too long indeed, Tariq. I trust your new companions bring some color to your days. They do, sir. I think that you shall find them worthy of the Nightwings. The sap looks upon the lot of you. You cannot sense his thoughts. We shall see. Then he turns to you. You must be the reader. I'm certain that we all appreciate your efforts here, my boy, though we shall manage on our own from here on out. You're welcome to continue on with us, of course, though you are free to go. I trust you have been adequately compensated for your time. Thanks as well for looking after all my books. Have I been compensated? I mean, I guess they made me not die. That's probably pretty valuable. You consider what to say to all of this. Volfred intends to relieve you of your duties to the group. I mean, this is kind of everything that I am right now, and also, I apparently have loved ones. I've decided. Back in the Commonwealth. I think we're going to insist on staying. Let's read the text of these others, though. The leader of the Nightwings has returned. You can tell when you are no longer wanted. Or I just stand here in shocked silence. This cannot be happening. To have come this far, only to be brushed aside by some strange sap. No. I'm not going anywhere, buddy. Except, everywhere that the wagon goes, I will go there, but I'm not leaving the wagon. You stand your ground, meeting Volfred's steady gaze, and assert to him that you do not feel your commitments to and from this group have yet been satisfied. It's true, I'm pretty sure they said they would help me get back in, right? That's the whole deal, is we're all getting back in. Well, hold on. Volfred, sir, I'm Hedwyn. My companions and I are the ones who answered your call. We followed the signs you left for us. And now we're here, thanks to you, and also to this reader. Not just a reader, he's our friend, my friend. He's not disposable, and we made him a promise, and our freedoms are now intertwined. That's right, that's what I was saying. Volfred smirks at this. Freedom's not something to be traded or exchanged, my boy. I'd hoped that you'd have come to grasp this much by now. He breathes a sigh. It seems we've started off on the wrong foot. It's not my wish to sour the occasion, for there's much to do. You have a rite you need to get to, do you not? I'll come along, though shall not interfere, for it seems you have a kinship with this reader of yours. Now then, Tariq? Aye, Volfred, sir. Come, let's have a chat. Of course, sir. Volfred strides toward the black wagon, which must have belonged to him. You sense many conflicting emotions among your companions. This is kind of a strange line of text, given that we've talked... There's no must-have involved, right? We've talked about how it's Sandalwood's wagon many times. Okay, well, Sandalwood has joined us, and he knows much of the rites, but he does not know how to not step on my toes. He's probably got big old tree feet. Probably hurts, actually. Your wagon cuts through a clearing to arrive at the glade of Lu, where the stars directed you. Volfred nods his approval, but leaves everyone to their devices. Alright, well. I don't think we're quite at enough money to buy the shard yet. What do you want, Wolfred? I would think that a person who's made out of flammable matter would be not so inclined to smoke, although I guess a lot of parts of humans are flammable and we smoke. As you approach Wolfred Sandalwood, you feel very much aware that you reside within his black wagon, rather than he in yours. He studies you in silence for a time, then... Tariq, if you have a moment... Aye, Wolfred, sir. What is it? This reader. You deem him worthy by your estimation. The lone minstrel tilts his hat in your direction. If you wish my own estimation, Wolfred, sir, then I do. Of course, it is not entirely for me to say, but I have seen this reader integrating with the others well. I believe that his achievements are self-evident in having reached Black Basin. Your instructions were deliberately difficult to follow, yet he and the others followed them. Indeed. Your words make sense as ever, Tariq. And what does little Tizo think of him, I wonder? That seems very happy. Tizo indicates that, as a matter of fact, he is happy to have you around. Well, there you have it, sir. I see. He continues to examine you. I don't like all this being looked over, if I'm honest. High praise isn't oft spoken by those two, my boy. Nonetheless, I shall be watching you. Now, pardon us. Tariq and I have matters to discuss. They leave without another word, although you think you notice the lone minstrel look your way over his shoulder. So is there a thing in here that'll tell me what's going on with Sandalwood, or... It doesn't look like we've gained any new objects. Sir Gilman is praising the Underking. That's sort of like prayer. Tabatha is surveying the grounds. Hedwin is preparing the grounds. Ruki's warming up. That's a little presumptuous. Lay's just looking through the raiments. That's not presumptuous enough. Judario's pacing back and forth nervously. That's fine. We'll probably bring her, because I like her new trinket. Alright, let's have a look at this, this new page. Emperor Myrrh. Scarcely could I recognize him when at last I found him. A half-starved animal, horns sprouted from his head, a bestial mirror of his blackened reputation. And I, a man who conquered countries, feared my emperor then in such a way as I had never known. My charge had been to slay this man, but when I discovered him, he was already fighting for his life. The little imp, Hobe, proved of little help against the Sisters of the Arch, whose entire lives were culminating in this instant. I was unable to watch. My heart ached with such pity for the man, and for the love I felt for him when I had served him, that I sprang to his defense. The Sisters of the Arch, that's new, right? I don't know that I've heard that before. Assessing the chastity? What does that mean? Sandra, what are you doing? Once more you have returned to me. What is it, reader? What's going on with you now? Let me ask you something, lovely reader. Have you any idea for how long I have been imprisoned here? I'm gonna guess a lot. 1,000 seems high. Maybe guessing at an absurd number may do something to raise Sandra's spirits a bit. Yeah, unless I say 1,000 and it turns out to be low. Sandra could have been imprisoned for much longer than her appearance suggests. But perhaps she's been within the Beyonder Crystal for a long time already. She does appear rather youthful. Yeah, but I'm guessing the rules of time in the crystal are not exactly the same. Let's go 1,000. You guess that Sandra could have been imprisoned in her current state of exile, since well before the dawn of the current age. At first, she shows no indication that she even heard you. Close. Soon enough I shall be getting there. I have been imprisoned thus for 837 years. According to my count, at least. It's possible I've lost track, although, given my state, I can assure you that I have had ample time to verify my arithmetic. She goes silent for a time. Let me give you some advice. If you decide to kill the Emperor, make sure you achieve what you set out to do. I expected my own death, regardless of the outcome of my task. I was not expecting this. Certainly not to be telling you about it 837 years later, or however long it has been. Alright, enough of that for now. Let's get back to business. We don't actually have any business. Well, I shall be here if you need me. Alright, let's stop in the slug market before we call it for the day. Hey, Ron. Oh, hey, you guys. I guess I just didn't get the word out about this new franchise which we just opened here. So, I'll give you a great deal. You just tell your friends, okay? Oh, hey there, Mr. Sandalwood. Good day to you as well, Ron. Ron knows everybody. What is this? Once per rite, if the bearer's pyre is extinguished, it is instead restored by... Okay, so this basically gives us a second life. A very, very weak second life. Well, we have this... where's this thing? No sense holding that. You don't really need this bark strip anymore. Boy, this is probably part of Sandalwood, huh? No, there's no way. He definitely just took it off another... There's other trees around. Alright, so we're 163. We could sell off trinkets to afford the shard. The lunar glass. But I think I'll just wait. We'll be able to afford it by the next time we meet him. I like him quietly singing to himself. Boy, what do you think those sausages are made out of? Because it kind of looks like Play-Doh. But I bet Falcon Ron doesn't have a lot of Play-Doh. Oh, we should almost certainly buy this. Yeah, same to you, buddy. They're leaving, Dad. And just look at how much we got this time. We are his best customers, on account of being his only customers, I imagine. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Come back next time. The plot is starting to thicken. And we'll see you then.